This is page 7 in your binder. We are going to talk about relations. First, we're going to review a little bit. So we graph points on the coordinate plane. 0, 0 is called the origin. Blank are sets of numbers on the coordinate plane. So ordered pairs are sets of numbers on the coordinate plane. And 3 examples of ordered pair, I'm going to go with 2, 2, -4, 5, and 0, -1. So any points make up our ordered pairs. For the ordered pair 4, 7, what is the x coordinate? The x is the 4. And the y is the 7. It's always in order, x first, y second. So when I go over to this graph, I have my y-axis that goes up and down, or it's the vertical axis. And then I have my x-axis that goes side to side, or horizontal. And then right here where 0, 0 is, that is our origin. Or 0, 0. That's where everything starts. Pause this, fill in your blanks, and then go down to the next section of your paper. We are going to talk about relations. So a relation is a group or set of ordered pairs. We put relations inside these squigglies. Relations have a domain and they have a range. And all of this will make sense as we discuss it. So a relation is just a group of ordered pairs. So I'm going to take my ordered pairs from above. And I rewrote them. I wrote 2, 2, -4, 5, and 0, -1. And then when I put them together with commas in between, I add these squiggles on the outside. And now instead of just, if I just had one listed, like if I just had this listed, that would just be an ordered pair. But when I put all 3 into a squiggle together, it's called a relation. We're going to see this word domain a lot. A domain contains all the values on the x-axis, and we also call it the independent variable. The range contains all the values on the y-axis, and we call it the dependent variable. So I have this relation right here, and I want to know what is the domain. Well, remember the domain are the x-axes. So anything on the x-axis is my domain. So my domain numbers, I'm just going to list them with commas between them, would be 2, -3, 0, and 4, because those are the x values in a ordered pair. And now the range is just going to be my y values. So I'll list those: 1, 5, 3, and -5. So we are just giving fancy names. Domain, when you see domain, you think x. When you see range, you think y. Flip over to page 8. All right, there are 4 ways we can show a relation or just a group of ordered pairs. The first way is a list. And I'm going to make a list for this example. Remember, I put them inside the squigglies. I'm going to go 3, 1, -4, 1, and 0, 0. Okay, the second way, so if I listed these just like this, that is a relation. Another way I can show a relation is in a table. So I'm just going to write, I'm going to take my 3, 1 and put it in the table like that, -4, 1, and 0, 0. So when I look at that table, it's a relation. The third way is to map it. And this is kind of the easiest, but also the most confusing. To map something, you draw 2 circles. And there's a couple rules to mapping. First, you have to list the numbers in order. And second, numbers do not repeat. So, in the first circle, you're going to write all your x's. So I have a 3, a -4, and a 0. If I list those from smallest to greatest, I would write -4, then comes 0, then comes 3. I write them in order. Okay? In the other circle, I'm going to write all my y values. So 1, sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. 1, 1, and 0. I write those in order, 0, 1, 1. But I told you that we're not supposed to repeat. So that means I only write one of the ones down. Now the final step in making a map is that I have to connect, draw an arrow from the x values to, that's an x, to the y values. So -4 goes with 1, so I draw an arrow from 4 to 1. 0 goes with 0, so I draw an arrow from 0 to 0. And 3 and 1, so I draw an arrow from the 3 to the 1. And that's how you make a map. The last way is to graph. So first I'm going to graph my 3, 1 dot. So I'm going to go over 3, up 1. So I'll put my dot about right there. The next one is -4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative. And I go up 1 again, so that one goes there. And the other point is at 0, 0. So those are my 3 points when I graph them. So these are the 4 ways I can represent a relation. Now we're going to take what we just learned and we're going to practice. So I'm going to use this relation right here to represent it in the 4 different ways. So the first way is write as an ordered pair for the relation. Well, that's exactly what is written right above it. So squiggle, 2, 1, comma. We're just going to write them all out. So pause yours and write all those out. The next says make a table. No problem. Draw a line. Got an X and a Y. Okay, the first one is 2, 1, -3, 5, 0, 3, 4, -5, and -1, 3. I just listed those points that are up in that list of ordered pair. The next one says to graph it. All right, so the first one is 2, 1. So I go over 2, up 1. I hope yours copied better than mine did. The next one is -3, 5, over -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 5. 0, 3. That means I stay right here on the 0 center and go up 3, 4, negative 5. So to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one is negative 1, 3. So I go to the left 1 and up 3. 1, 2, 3. So I have graphed my relation. I've made a table for my relation. I have written them out. Now I need to map them. So when we map, we draw the two circles. And we've got to look at those x values. So here they are. 2, negative 3, 0, 4, negative 1. If I was going to order those from smallest to greatest, it would say negative 3, negative 1, 0, 2, 4. And we have to remember they have to be in order from least to greatest. Now I'm going to list my y's. I've got 1, 5, 3, negative 5, and 3. Let's put them in order. So it's negative 5. And then I've got a 1, and a 3, and a 3, and a 5. But I told you we can't repeat anything, so I'm going to erase one of those 3's. So negative 5, 1, 3, 5. And now we just draw the line to connect. So the first one is 2, 1. So I'm going to draw from 2 to the 1, negative 3 to 5. So negative 3 all the way down to 5. 0, 3, 0 to the 3. 4 to the negative 5, so that goes up to the top. And negative 1 to 3, that one goes right there also. So those are our 4 ways. And just to summarize, whenever you think of an X, the word independent goes with it, and also the word domain. Whenever you think of Y, the word dependent goes with it, as does the word range. All right, pause it and get that done.